So a few months ago, I was wanting to try to track down a computer that I could use as a basic DOS gaming machine. Something that was kind of a middle range computer. I didn't want to have a full-size desktop, which I understand is probably going to be the best solution to have because of the expansion and the ability to add additional add-on cards, but I just don't have that kind of space. So I was wanting to find something like a laptop that would just play some of the basic games, have a Sound Blaster 16 compatible sound card built in, and I found it with this Toshiba Satellite Pro. I actually found this in a thrift store for $7. It was untested and had no hard drive in it, but it was in fantastic condition. So for $7, I was willing to take the gamble, and fortunately, it did pay off. The laptop did work, and it does work great. So what I did was, obviously, had to put a hard drive in it, and I'll pop off the battery cover and show you what I did here. So normally the battery sits here, which of course being 20 years old is completely dead. And the original hard drive sat in here in a caddy. Well, the caddy was missing, so I installed a IDE to compact flash adapter, and so I've got a compact flash card here that's essentially acting as the hard drive. So no noisy hard drive, no old hard drive clunking around that's going to die in 2 weeks. This thing is fast and silent, so it works really well. This laptop is a Toshiba Satellite Pro 435 CDS. It is a Pentium 120 megahertz machine. I think it's got about 16 megabytes of RAM, which is plenty for what I want to do. Now, it does have one major drawback. The screen is a dual scan passive matrix screen, which is terrible if you guys remember those. Very blurry, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But overall, this machine really looks like it was never used. So it looks fantastic. As for the ports, nothing special or unusual in here. You've got your sub-DB15 video connector, your parallel port connector, expansion connector for a docking station, AC power, which this actually has an internal power supply, which is really nice. No AC adapter needed. PS2 mouse, keyboard, external port, and this is where the CPU fan is, which I don't think I've ever heard kick on, at least not yet. On the side, we've got a serial port, and this is a floppy drive, external floppy drive expansion port, as well as two 16-bit PCMCIA card bus slots, and your microphone and audio, and this is the power button here. On the front, we have a headphone jack, volume adjust for the headphone jack, and a single speaker. And on the other side is your CD-ROM drive, which I don't really use very often since I can just pull out the compact flash card and load up files that way. So let's plug it in and take a look at the laptop itself, see how quickly it boots up and how crappy the screen is. And it is absolutely silent. No hard drive noise at all. Fantastic. No loading sounds, nothing, no fan. This thing is just dead silent. Let's see if I can try to adjust this screen. It's these old passive matrix screens. It's very difficult to get a decent picture, but I think this is about as good as it's going to get. So let's poke around here. I'm sure you guys remember this video that shipped with the Windows 95 disk. And you might remember this video. Sorry, gotta turn the audio off. Thanks, YouTube. I remember having an MPEG card in the mid-90s, and I could play this video full screen on a mid-range 486. Those were the days. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the games I have installed on here. Now keep in mind, I tend to like arcade style games, so I'm not really looking to load up Wolfenstein and Doom or anything. As great as those are, I do just tend to lean towards games that are just arcade style, easy to pick up and play. Basically a game that you would put a quarter in back in the day. So if you guys have any additional suggestions of some great arcade style games that are running DOS or running Windows on this particular piece of hardware that'll run on a mid to low range Pentium, please post in the comments and let me know. I'd love to hear about it. But these are just a couple of the games that I've already installed. So I'll start up one of them here. And you guys know me, I enjoy shooters. Actually got to plug in the speakers. Forgot I had a cable sitting back here. This is probably the best shooter that I can find that runs on this hardware. Love the music in this game. I'm terrible at it with the keyboard.